Black Women Review.
Yes. Yes.
Mercedes Mone versus Willow Nightengale. And my fucking God. Special match.
Let's start the entrances.
Yes.
Mercedes comes out, and obviously this has some in part to do with the ring being had to be refixed, and they had to move all the shit from the plunder match that happened before. There's a drum line that comes out. They start playing, and then even before that, there was a video package. This super heavy-handed video package that was intentional. So that was about like the revolution and women, and like it's basically like a woman's feminism thing, and like almost like women's revolution thing. It was without saying women's revolution because obviously WWE taxed their ass on that one. And they have pictures of Ruth Bader Ginsburg and Serena Williams and Amelia Earhart, and I'm just like, Mercedes is so good at suddenly being a heel, but motherfuckers don't get it, and I'm just like, she's a heel. Brian Alvarez, she's a heel. She is a bad guy. She's trying to do it on the slide so that if you want to cheer her, you can cheer her. But if you want to boo her, you can also boo her because she's trying to be a heel. You can also see it in the layout of this match where she's going over and attacking the woman's leg over and over and over, wrestling with desperation and going back to the body part because she cannot handle fighting Willow in a fair one because with the size disadvantage that she has.
Meltzer.
She is a heel.
David Meltzer. She's a heel.
Jesus Christ!
Now that we've established that,
so Mercedes comes out. She gets cheers and boos, which is the point of this. Then Willow comes out, white gear, white top,
best gear I've ever seen her
in. The hairpiece she had in, exceptional.
I gotta say, we were in the hair shop today.
How are we gonna explain this? Why would you say this? Because we have to explain that now.
We was in the hair shop today.
We were at a brunch spot up here in Atlanta on the west side, and like West Side Atlanta restaurants are going to West Side Atlanta restaurants. There was a wait. They told us 45 minutes to an hour. We ended up waiting longer than that because it's brunch time on Sunday in West Side Atlanta. So to kill time, we walked into the shop that happened to have some good ass air conditioning. Off the side, we were with my cousin's fiance Alicia, longtime friend, and we were walking around the hair shop and stuff. And like we were looking at some of these new dudes. Rich is looking at some of the women that are on some of these hair packs, and he's like, "Oh, this this you right here." I'm like, "Bro, you tripping? You need to relax, take it easy." And that's how we waste some time until it was time to get to our table. I had to explain that because they'd be like, why the hell is James Boyd in the hair shop? What hair? I have to explain these things, man. Thank you.
Added some flavor to the show, but in the hair shop, we actually did see the shiesty masks.
Yes, there were the shiesty lyric. If you listen, they had the shiesties. And Rich wanted to, and actually had a shiesty that had like the Sub-Zero Scorpion face front on it, and Rich was really considering putting putting the press on it, the ONR press on it. That's gonna happen. Yeah, the Shiesty show is gonna happen.
Like eventually. We are going to do the show in the Shiesties, in the One Nation Radio Shiesties.
Full on Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, it's coming.
It's gonna happen.
I promise.
Happen. Look, Christmas episode.
Yeah, something
like that. Yeah, not FOH, like the Christmas week episode, something like that. Yeah.
When it's chilly, we gotta, can't put that on in the summer. You'll die.
Fuck around and die.
Anyway, back to the match. The dynamics have worked 100% on this, and this was the proof that they built this thing up the right way.
Yes.
And because as soon as the match started, even before the match started.
During the ring introductions, like you hear the crowd clearly give a loud cheers and also boos from Mercedes. And then Willow has the 100%. This is the person that we're rocking with. This is the protagonist. This is the hero.
This is our fucking champion.
This is dynamic. Mercedes is the incoming big star heel, and Willow is the babyface. and then they play to that match reaction to perfection. They have these dynamics figured out and understand going into the matches what's going to happen with these crowds within the women's division right now. They have that on lock. I don't know why, other people that should know better, people that have taught us plenty of shit, don't recognize this, but that's what's going on.
Yeah.
Right? Strange. But match was great.
Yeah, just so
Mercedes, they start off hot with like
many cool sequences.
A lot of lucha action from Mercedes and Willow. Obviously, it makes a lot of sense given that Willow is could be a great base. She's also been hanging out with Stat, who's one of the best women's bases in the world, and you have Eddie Disciple. It worked out really well.
It just seems like the way they were laying things out, it was like
it felt like Mercedes match.
It felt like Mercedes had her fingerprints all over like the opening stanza of the match. I'd say
the whole match because you include the finish. Like that was a WWE Mercedes finish. Like the last shot wins. This wasn't someone got finished. Mm-hmm. This was someone. It was close. It was 50-50 battle of attrition with both of them selling their leg injuries. The story of it is that Mercedes is getting outpowered. She goes to work over the legs, chop down the tree.
6 suplexes.
6 suplex. One of them, and it was like, see, Mercedes went to. This is why Willow went to Japan last weekend. She's like, I got something for you.
Yeah, man. and so many people doubted Mercedes Mone. Like, she's not the greatest woman this country has ever produced. Right. And I want you motherfuckers to line up one by one and apologize to this woman that you hated on, that you thought ruined her career, that you're upset she didn't go to WWE again, that you look at and they either try to erase her or they try to,
they try to diminish.
Yeah, they try to diminish her, and they're running organized plays doing this in media and bot campaigns, and all that shit.
And now they're doing the whole thing of like the more palatable Negro thing of like, oh, now we're uplifting Bianca and they're giving Bianca the uplifting that she deserves, but they're doing it for the wrong reasons. They're doing it to try to diminish Sasha and her achievements and her accomplishments and her tenure in WWE. And it's like, that stinks. Like, nah, praise both of them. Because they both deserve to be praised for what they've done to women's American pro wrestling.
I think I think Mercedes had so much to prove. This was always going to be a great match. Like there was no circumstance unless
Willow. We're talking about, as you mentioned,
I really feel
the greatest women's wrestler this country's ever produced as an in-ring performer, and then the woman that was the second best women's wrestler in major AmRest or not even major, just AmRest last year in Willow.
And
it's not
they've
shocking
found
this being a very great match.
And I think they've found each other at this perfect point in their careers where Mercedes needs new stories to tell with people. And Willow Nightengale, she wasn't as great as Willow was. She was not going to get there wrestling just the common AEW women's wrestling division.
Julia Hart, no.
It was not gonna pop in that way where this is a fucking superstar like it did tonight or whatever. She needs Mercedes just like Willow needs her or whatever. They need each other so much. That's why I'm so interested in how this dynamic will play out over the next couple of years. This is only the first match they're ever gonna have.
Right.
What about
they're not done?
What about when we get to their fourth match and they're doing callbacks and shit to this one? So there's high level potential here, and I think this was for the TBS belt, and it was already way the fuck. This is gonna be for the world belt one day, and Willow's gonna get that big win over her at some point.
And it won't be because of an injury; it will be because she put her shoulders on the mat. Yeah,
and this is I think this is just one of the most special matches that have happened, especially in the AEW women's division. Yeah. In the history of the company, and there have been some dark days of the AEW women's division, and also there are showcases on pay-per-view that were essentially black holes. It was just a spot on the card. It was going to be a 1-star match, and there was nothing we could do about it or whatever.
We had to put Deonna Purrazzo and Thunder Rosa on the pre-show. That is where this promotion has leveled up. there were days when we couldn't even get one of those on the main roster. We have leveled this up. We have leveled this up to a level to where like this is what where I was, 2019, like, hey bro, this is not acceptable. And showing where we are now, you look back, you're like, yeah, we was bugging out, or this company was bugging out, or this company was not set up for this, and now they are, and like I'm so glad we are past those early days.
Yeah,
so happy.
And now it's almost like there's gonna be even more because after the match, Mercedes ends up getting the win with miscommunication between.
Well, hold on. So the match is obviously Mercedes got injured in her New Japan Strong match with Willow when she was defending the New Japan Strong Women's title, and Mercedes had this comeback. So in the match, Willow is overwhelming her with power. So Mercedes chops down the tree, works on the legs, works over her legs a lot in different ways throughout the match that were very well done. And then they get to a spot where they reactivate Mercedes' injury that had her sidelined for so long. So then it turns to a match of attrition at points where they're both selling leg damage. So by the time we get to it, like they're on the outside on the floor. Stat is out trying to help Willow. And Mercedes then gets physical with Stat, and then gets back in the ring. Stat wants her lick back, can't get it because the ref's intervening. Willow and Mercedes end up back in the ring, and Stokely gets up on the apron, and they are arguing with the ref, and the ref is distracted trying to get these two knuckleheads off of the apron. And Willow then hits her finish and has the visual pin over Mercedes, and I looked at Rich right then. I was like, "That's it. That's her out."
The air came out of the balloon in the crowd too.
That's her out. We always knew she was losing, but this is losing. And they're giving her protection. That's her protection. This is her excuse where she lost because her Tweedledum fucked it up. So after she loses, they do the thing where like Stokely is unable to deal with the part where he cost his client, friend, whatever you want to call it, and he blows up and he started lashing out on Willow while Willow is, she had the biggest loss of her career then. And then Stat shoves Stokely down, and you're thinking, all right, friendship is going on. But the thing that Rich peeped is the symbolism of Stat's wearing all black.
Yep.
Stat's wearing all black. So they walk up the halfway up the ramp. At the bottom of the ramp, she then turns and clotheslines her and lays her out. And then they cut back and they show Stokely, and Stokely has two mean, worldly faces. He's smiling on the apron like, yeah, we've been playing to fuck you over. We ran this play. We've been playing to fuck you over for a long time. It's been set in motion. This is the Trent conversation when she blew up, when she said, "Hey Trent, why the hell you turn on Chucky T and on Orange?" And he whispered in his ear, and she didn't say nothing. And it was like, something's at play here. And Stokely has been enamored with Mercedes ever since she showed up. He saw dollar signs, right? You can see the dollar signs in his eyes looking at Mercedes. Like something was always going to be at play if one of them or both of them, and they decided that they're going to do that. And like, so this gives Willow something to do in Stat, something to do without the title, and so that is a non-title feud that is now going to be a huge grudge match, and it's a hot one because everyone loves Willow in Stat.
And everybody loves Statlander too.
Everyone loves Stat, but Stat's the fuck nigga in this situation. So she got to be the heel.
And then there's Tony Storm with the world belt, and then Mercedes has probably a TBS. Maybe like someone steps up as like a filler defense that she can go through them. Like she'll probably want to wrestle like Emi Sakura, or they'll bring in Riho back to fight her or something like that. And then they've got the Owen tournament coming.
Right, and I mean that could easily be the final.
Yeah,
easy to be the final. Staten and Willow determine who goes over to
who goes to London.
Yeah.
There's Mariah May that's around.
Mariah May that's definitely candidate to win. We have good candidates this year, really good candidates to win this thing and take it to Wembley. Hell, what if Jamie Hayter's in this fucking thing?
Yeah,
right. Really good contenders, and also look, when we get this Willow and Stat, House Women's Wrestling.
Yes.
We haven't really seen too much of it here in Major AmRest.
We got to use the correct
gotta let y'all know it's fun.
We got to use the correct term, James. Big, strong, muscular women.
Yes. Big, strong, muscular women. Yes. It is Drew Haven's out of pocket. But yeah, it's gonna be a blast. It's gonna be a blast, and I can't wait. And I think this is the best thing for both of their careers at this moment. Like that whole teammate thing was great, and this whole breakup is gonna be great too. And hell, they can make up eventually down the line too. They need to be tied together for the rest of their careers, whether it's love and hate. This needs to be like some Owens Zayn shit. That would be what it is. Like they're gonna have their careers and go up and down and wherever they go together.
Yep.
Whether it's fighting each other or tagging each other. So I think they found they've like unintentionally found their like Sasha and Bailey. Yeah.
I think it's like she came out of this match.
The crowd loved it. The crowd ate it up 100%.
Willow Nightengale came out of this match with 2 generational rivals.
Yep.
A lot was accomplished here.
A made woman.
A lot was accomplished here. It looked like it was a tough night for her, right? They're taking your belt off you or whatever, but that's short term. That's short term.
She won. She absolutely won.
Like if you're looking down, like if you listen to One Nation Radio for any amount of time, we like to not think about what's happening necessarily in the moment all the time. We can usually see over the horizon,
right?
And see what the chess pieces are, how you got to move things around, because there's 2 goals for her to get now. Will she get them? I guess that's the question.